So, this evening, we finally have gotten the addition to patch 7.1 that I know I've been waiting for. I know that some of you were really looking forward to the return of Hildebrand, and it's certainly interesting to see him back in his new form, but this is what I was really looking forward to this evening. The opportunity to close a chapter on something that has become kind of a tradition here in Final Fantasy XIV. Rather than every individual job in the game having their own separate quest line, we have the groups of jobs based on what style of job they are, whether they be a melee or a ranged DPS or a mage DPS, or they a tank or a healer. They get to do a quest without having to do really any of the other jobs of that specific category. So if you wanted to be a Dragoon, for example, and do the melee DPS quest, you can do that and not have to be a monk or a ninja or a viper, or be a tank as a paladin and not have to be a dark knight, a warrior, or a gunbreaker. It just shows how, it's definitely one of the better refinements that Final Fantasy XIV has introduced. It's something they introduced in Shadowbringers, and I'm glad they did. So tonight we will go ahead and see how all happens when you complete all of the job quests within Dawntrail. And finally, we will bring about the end of the Passage of the Unbound. So, as I chill out here with my happy hour cocktail, even though the clouds have rolled in, we've still got jobs to do. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail live here on Twitch. So, let's go ahead. So, on this afternoon, here in game, we come to Jabali of Tai to once again reunite with Raul Majun, who sent us on our way to helping out the various people who needed their artifacts taken back from people who took them. So, let's go ahead and speak with her to take on the level 100 beginning of the chain to end the Dawntrail job quests entitled Picking Up the Torch. Raul Majun has new tidings about an old adversary. So as Brooke Evo continues to work the counter. Yeah, hey there, Brooke. Good to see you again.
Matthias, so good to see you. I was hoping you would pay us a visit. The Lance Guard received word from the various nations that you visited in your search for the treasures and requested that we inform you of the latest tidings. They also send their earnest gratitude for your efforts. It seems each of the 5 criminals has been brought into custody, although some had to be tracked down after you trounced them.
You mean they finally figured out where Leophine fell? Like, we knew she fell a long way. How did she survive such a fall?
They now await the judgment of the governments they wronged.
That's great to hear.
I thought all was well, until I overheard some customers saying that the Passage of the Unbound had new leaders.
Oh no. Didn't take them long to start refilling their ranks, did it?
The shop was so busy that I couldn't find a chance to speak with them before they left, but I felt compelled to report what I heard to the Lance Guard.
So, what do we find out? Because yeah, we remember this young lady.
It was a sobering reminder that as long as their leader Apyahi is free, she can rebuild and scheme again.
You know, the conniving Vieira? Or Shatona as they call him over here. You must have learned about the organization's workings during your search. Do you remember anything that might help us find out what she's up to? Well, each of her leaders was carefully selected from different regions. Apyahi orchestrated everything for some greater purpose. Their funds are coming from Firazan, or honestly it was all a haze, but yeah, we're not going to be that lazy. Yeah, each of her leaders was selected from a different part of the world. I see. So there was a method to her recruitment. It stands to reason she might rely on it again.
The Lance Guard also managed to dig up information. One of those apprehended said that the Passage of the Unbound received their funds from a shady mercantile outfit located in Uldar.
Uldar? Well, we know about shady merchants in Uldar now, don't we? Are we looking at you, Lord Lodorito?
I have an idea. If Abyahi really is recruiting new members, we could feign interest in our cause to get close to her.
Oh, you really want to go that route? Because then I'm like, what? You might be onto something. We even know a man that she's never had the pleasure of meeting. Mathia. Oh, great. You're gonna throw me out there? I mean, I get that I'm the Warrior of Light and all, but I know who else can get from you, but any information you could extract from Abyahi and her new cohorts could prevent further incidents. What do you say? I gotta think about this. I can do that. Yeah, desperate times, I suppose. It's been a long time since a Warrior of Light has had to go undercover as one of the enemy. Namely, going all the way back to Iran Reborn when EDSS had to pose as a guardian soldier to save the Scions of the 7th Dawn.
We're very grateful. A small warning, however. We know 5 treasures were stolen, but there could be more. Whatever you do, don't treat Abyahi lightly. I suggest finding out what power she has at her disposal and what her goals are before making a move.
Sure thing. Which reminds me, those you aided are most eager to see Abyahi apprehended. We'll tell them that you're hot on her tail.
For now, why don't you travel to Ordar and ask around? Perhaps our quarry has already tried to recruit the disillusioned into her ranks.
Okay. Whatever it takes, I guess. Alright, let's travel to Uldar. We're heading back to Eorzea. So, we have to go and gather information over on the other side of the city. Namely, in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. So let's go look around and start talking to people. We'll head south to north because based on what I've seen, obviously I had the opportunity to run this beforehand. So I want to start down the south first. We'll speak with this perturbed woman to begin with.
I don't know the name Abyahi, but I do know the strange man. Each day he stands aloof, staring at passers-by with these dead eyes. Last I saw him, he was near the market board. Oh, it makes my stomach churn just to imagine he might still be there.
Yeah, that sounds creepy. He's not stalking you, is he? Well, let's hope it's not that way. So, next over to Siebold, who led us in the direction of the Cutter's Cry dungeon. Villains who wish to topple the nations of the world. I'm afraid I haven't heard of such a group, but there are no shortage of complaints about the Sultanate. Yeah, we know why. Most common are gripes about market fees. To hear the merchants tell it, every one of them is a single bad bargain away from an empty coin purse. I can't say they go so far as to treason, though. Is it really that bad in the Uldar markets these days? Hard to say. And finally, the most skeptical man in the entire city, Landibert, who we've run into on more than a few occasions. Shifty old blokes. More shifty than usual, you mean? Well, just so happens a strange man tried to strike up a conversation with me not too long ago. Said he liked how eagerly I gave those bastards in the brass blades a piece of my mind. He invited me to a gathering of people who sought true freedom, as he put it. I didn't like the smell of it, hence you find me here. Can we ever get this guy safely out of the city and back home to Alamigo? I mean, your city's free now! You can go back at any time! It seems a suspicious man has been recruiting disgruntled citizens for unknown purposes. Perhaps you can get his attention by showing how angry you are near the market boards. Okay, so since we have to go over to where the markets are, we have to stand in a specific spot. Namely over here where everyone else is standing. Now, I could go ahead and pose in my street clothes, but I'd be giving myself away and that would be too easy. And I could also go in my Dragoon armor, but I wouldn't want to give them any notion that like I'm necessarily benevolent, so given that the Dragoon is in a very optimal position to do this, I think it's best that we go from Warrior of Light to Warrior of Darkness. And so as you can see, I've got my old school 1.0 Dragoon armor on. With a little bit of a makeover, I've decided to highlight more of the gold detailing on my armor so that it stands out more, because it doesn't, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to stand out as much in the graphical expansion, the graphical enhancement, so I needed to make sure that it stood out more, the gold detail, so that's exactly what I did. Yeah, let's go ahead and show everyone exactly how angry we are. So, sometime later, yeah, I'm pondering about, like, am I gonna draw any attention to myself? You there, mind letting me bend your ear? Who goes there? Oh, hello, sir, with the fancy facial hair. Yeah, what are you up to? All sensing you a kindred spirit. One who's tired of being trampled on by the high and mighty. I think there's a place for you on our organization. The Passage of the Unbound. You might have heard tell of mysterious artifacts being used to incite unrest across the world. That was our doing. The oppressed finally striking back at the oppressors to win back the freedom they took from us. But we mean to aim even higher. And for that, we need more good men and women to lead us. Men like you. And it's not just because I'm wearing a full suit of black armor, right? Down with the oppressors, or... as long as I get my own artifact, yeah. Think you can hook me up? I like your gusto. Mayhap you have what it takes. Mayhap you don't. Either way, you'll have to pass the audition first. I'm not here to sing for you, sir. You'll want a seat at the table, prove you're worth our while. And so, one of our own is standing by at the gold court. Show him this handbill and he'll lead you to where you need to go. And so away goes the agent. So for us, the closest place that we need to go to is over at the Weaver's Guild. Well, I know I'd quote Dr. Evil a lot in that movie, but I wasn't expecting you to go with that quote. Yeah, I know that's a line that I use a lot. Alright, sir.
What do you want?
Well, I've been given this.
So you wish to lead others upon the passage, eh? You're welcome to try. A fair warning, this may be the hardest trial you've ever had to endure. Are your loins properly girded?
Okay, that's gross, but sure.
That enthusiasm will take you far. Now then, follow me.
How could I say no to a guy who's also got blue hair? And so,
the audition will be held in this room. Even those with the blackest hearts have balked at what we put our potential leaders through, so I'll be listening to your progress with great interest.
So, let's see if we can be imposing by just wearing this suit of black armor. Enter! So as we arrive, we have 3 people here. Hello.
Can you hear it? The cry of a child too young to know fear.
And hello there.
Can't you see it? A blackbird in flight, its wings staining the azure skies. Can you feel it? The shape of the world as it should be, molded by hands free of fetters.
And so, the passage to a new mortal lies before you! The passage of the unbound! Well, that's certainly quite a way to make a first impression. And with that, let us begin the audition for our new round of leaders. May the selection committee please take their seats. So yeah, I have a seat with a creepy tiger taxidermy. In fact, there are two of them. Yeah, the one on the left looks like Byakko. And they even have a portrait of Yapiahi herself. You look disappointed somehow. I guess I do. I understand. You expected to meet our founder. My apologies, but you'll need to prove yourself ere you are granted such an audience. Now, tell us your name. Yeah, how should I introduce myself? Say my true name or refuse to answer? Well, yeah, do I really give them a pseudonym? I think I should. Like, why should I? Well done. The passage of the Unbound works in the shadows and our true names must remain hidden until the revelation can have the most dramatic impacts. On to the next question. Why do you wish to join us? I want to change the world. I was impressed by your previous leaders, and like my friend joined up, so I thought, why not? Yeah, before I said that I was impressed by the previous leaders and didn't get much of a response out of that, so why don't we just be blunt with them? By giving them a thumbs up, I guess? Or being melodramatic? If you truly desired that, you would have done something noteworthy by now. We would be ill-advised to recommend a novice for a position of leadership. Trust me, I'm no novice. Meanwhile, your Lalafell friend is too busy eating.
Enough about your ambitions. What can you do?
I can take on and get anyone or anything in a fight. No one can craft and gather like me, or I'm a devil at Mahjong. Yeah, I'm not just wearing this for show.
Anyone can fight. You do know we're trying to topple nations here, don't you? We don't need someone with muscles. We need someone who can grasp the reins of leadership and lead us to victory.
Well, it's not like the other options were all that great. Yeah, what about you there, Piggly Wiggly?
That's enough questions for now, methinks. Let's see if this one has the guts to stand against an entire nation.
What do we do? Hello. Oh my.
This traitorous curse sought us out to our enemies. Chop off his head for us, will you?
But now you must demonstrate your crap, how does Ra's al Ghul say that line in Batman Begins? But first you must demonstrate your loyalty to justice or something? I don't know. Yeah, like, you're really gonna make me kill him? Or I could have gone with a line from Star Trek Voyager where they say, consider this a test of your loyalty. It's been set to kill.
Oh, what's wrong? Having second thoughts?
What do I do? Take the weapon in hand or refuse the order. Well, in this case, there are some lines even I don't cross.
So you saw through our little ruse. How insightful. You played the traitor most convincingly, my boy, and now you may leave. Yeah, how does Ra's al Ghul say that line? Is it loyalty? Is it commitment? Is it dedication? I don't know. Let's see. Oh yes, your final task. Strike a pose that captures your essence. Go!
A pose? Oh, so I have to look intimidating or something? Capture your beauty, capture your strength, or do a little dance. Yeah, I think we need to maybe show how strong we can be. By doing the Hildebrand flex. But not with the shiny teeth. However, I don't need my teeth to shine, my entire body shines.
Oh my, such confidence, such grace. They quite literally emanate from you.
Yeah, what do you say to that? And so, after some deliberation, I believe we're ready to make our decision. And? Well, you truly are singular among the other applicants. We can confidently say that you've passed the first audition. Yeah, and you can see how shocked I am, like, what? Even some hard-boiled shuttle feet nearly cracked under the pressure of our inquiries, but you remained composed throughout. Congratulations on your impressive feats. Yeah, I'm like, thanks? Our agent awaits without to guard you onto the next step. Yeah, I guess dressed in a suit of black armor helped. Yeah, when you can trust 1.0 to get you through the problem. And yeah, there was literally nothing else for us to see, so let's go ahead and speak with the Unbound Agent.
You thought we'd welcome you into the fold after a single audition? I'll have you know our standards are higher than that. By the way, if you had failed back there, I'd be guiding you to combat training right now. Can never have too much fodder for the cause after all. Not many have been where you're going. But don't celebrate just yet. The hardest part is still to come.
I'm sure it is. So we'll go ahead and take 1,000 gil for completing our first quest.